So this is what I was saying. I'm trying to get back to it clearly. Let me see. The zoom isn't okay. Here it goes. First saith the Lord of hosts, the fast of the 4th month, and the fast of the 5th month, and the fast of the 7th month, and the fast of the 10th month, okay, shall be to the house of Judah joy and gladness and cheerful feast. Therefore love the truth and peace. It says, first saith the Lord of hosts, it shall yet come to pass that there shall come people and the inhabitants of many cities. So that means a lot of people. Sorry. A lot of people from all over. You see here, it shall yet come to pass that there shall come people and the inhabitants of many cities. So people will come from all over to feast in Israel with Judah, with the Jews. That's what is written. And the inhabitants of one city shall go unto another, saying, let us go speedily to pray before the Lord and to seek the Lord of hosts. I will go also. Yet many people and strong nations shall come to seek the Lord of hosts in Jerusalem and to pray before the Lord. Why? Because all those that have attacked or will attack Israel will be crushed. So all the others that will be there, that will be strong, after they've seen the crushing of others, they will join in the worship of the Lord in Israel. They'll join in for peace with Jerusalem, but only then. And it said here, Christians want them there because they believe in the rapture. Christians want who there? Christians, I didn't understand. Christians want who where? And it says here, I'm not reading, this is Zechariah. This is the prophet Zechariah. This is not anything to do with the New Testament. Christians want the Jew there? No, it has nothing to do with Christians wanting the Jews there. The Jews are supposed to be in their land, in their place. It's not when the Jews will be there that there'll be a rapture. And either way, honestly, as a Christian, any Christian that says otherwise has a problem. There's no wanting Jews to be there because of the rapture, because any Christian can be taken. Listen, but I showed you verses prior that everyone will be there. Okay? That's the land of Israel, the land of the Jews, but everyone will be able to go there. Everyone will have inheritance. Now, like I said, it has nothing to do with the rapture, because the rapture could happen at any moment. It doesn't say that all Israel will be gathered specifically before the rapture, because we are told to keep our robes white, to prepare ourselves at any moment. That's one. Two, any Christian could die at any time before what we call the rapture. Any Christian could die at any time, so that makes no business. No, they're not kicking out the original inhabitants, because who are the original inhabitants? Who are the original inhabitants? You can look at, I'm not going to do a whole video, a whole study on it again. You can see where I made a study. There's anybody at the beginning and there's anything. So if you look, you can look in the other videos I made. There's one actually you can see, exactly, but that's the video I made. Are Palestinians Arabs or are they Philistines? Which are they? If they're Arabs, they were not native to that land. And if they're Philistines no longer exist. So you still have a problem. Okay? Arabs are from the Arabian Peninsula. They're from Saudi Arabia's area. Okay? So they're not native to that place. And if they're Philistines, again I say, if they're Philistines, where are the Perizzites, the Hivites, the Hittites, the Girgashites, the Jebusites, the Moabites, the Ammonites, the Amorites? Where are all these peoples gone? How come it's only the Philistines that would be alive and the descendants of Philistines? Where are all the other peoples? So here's the rest. First saith the Lord of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of all languages of the nations, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew, saying, we will go with you, for we have heard that God is with you. No, Judaism, but you can see here, it's not a race, it's not a religion, it's a race. Who is the Jew? The Jew is those that are Israel, okay? The original word Jew derived from people of the tribes of Judah, okay? Jew is a people. Judah, you ever heard of Judah? You ever heard of Dan, Gad, Manasseh, Ephraim? It's not a religion. Yes, there is a religious practice, but the original Jew comes from Judah. No. Christianity, you can call it religion if you want. To be Jewish means that you come from Judah. Or you come from, in general, you come from the peoples of the tribes of Israel. Do you know what Judah is? Do you know what Judah is? What is Judah? Where is Judah? What is Judah? So here I come back to what I was reading. Where was I a while ago? And it says, and if the family of Egypt go not up, and come not, that have no rain, there shall be a plague wherewith the Lord will smite the heathen that come not up to keep the fast of the tabernacles. This is the punishment of Egypt, and the punishment of all nations that come not up to keep the fast of the tabernacles. So all those that will refuse to worship the Lord, they'll have sorrows, they'll have problems. And in that day shall there be upon the bells of the horses holiness unto the Lord. And the pots in the Lord's house shall be like the bowls before the altar. Okay? Yea, every pot in Jerusalem and in Judah shall be holiness. So that's what you have. That's what will happen. And it says here, look, unto the Lord of hosts, and all they that sacrifice shall come and shall take of them, and sift therein. And in that day there shall be no more the Canaanites in the house of the Lord of hosts. When was this written? This was written by the prophet Zechariah. Zechariah wrote about, let's say, 700 years, between 700 years to 200 years before Christ. I can't remember the exact date. But that's when Zechariah was written. It was written before the days of Christ. Now, when are these things to happen? These things are preparing to happen right now. Now, let me show you, if you're a Christian, let me show you something very bizarre that I found. I found a lot of bizarre things. Let me show you one bizarre thing I found. Now, you can translate it and see with it as you will, as you may. If you're a Christian, let me show you something that is very specific. Now, you see the title here is the prophecy of the end and so on. Okay, fine. Let me show you something. Verse 20. And you think he bypassed all the history that happened since then to talk about our era? Yep, each prophet spoke about a different era. But listen, there are two things in general in the Bible. Well, three. One is the beginnings. Then there's the history. And the Bible mainly speaks about Israel. Huh? Israel relations to the other nation, Israel relations to the Lord, Israel relations to itself, how they live and so on. Okay? That's what the whole Bible is. If you say otherwise, then you haven't read the Bible. The whole Bible from Genesis for a Christian. Okay? Israelites are not Jewish people. What are Israelites then? Tell me what are Israelites. Please teach me. What are Israelites? Are there still Israelites now? Where do they live now? Who are Israelites? Are not Israelites from Israel? So tell me who are Israelites, please, I beg of you. So now, the whole thing refers to Israel. Now, the past is the past. The present tense of Israel was the history of Israel. The past was the beginning of creation. And the future is now. That's the only things that are mentioned, okay? Since Israel was no longer a nation, there haven't been things written per se, except for history about Israel, current Israel, but not prophecies. And so the prophecies refers to what? A prophecy refers to something in the future. And this is the time of the future to which it was written. Or that's the inhabitants of a religion in Africa. You must be crazy. A religion in Africa? Israel is a religion in Africa? You say that's Palestinian, so I'm guessing that you're Muslim. If you are Muslim, go look up Surah 5, verse 14 to 21 or 22. Look up Surah 2, 112 to 122. Well, you can see in the replay. I'm saying if you're Muslim and you say Jerusalem is for the Israel is for the Palestinians and not for the Jews, you look up in your Quran, Surah 2, 112 to 122. Surah. No, but look it up. Look it up, you'll find out. Because even the Muslims say that, okay? Even in the Quran it's written. Surah 5, verses 14 to 21. And Surah 17, verses 100 to 109. You can look it up if you'd like. So even they say who the land belongs to. Okay, not religion. Okay, so tell me, not religion. Okay, tell me, where do the Palestinians come from? How do you know a history of Palestinians? Do you have a book? The Middle East is part of Africa? No way. No way. The Middle East is the Middle East. Africa is so you're wrong in geography also, so it's not your fault. I don't blame you. You don't know geography also, so it's not your fault. Realize I'm not cursing at you, I'm not calling you a fool or anything, but it's not your fault if you don't know geography. So you're not Muslim, what are you then? You don't know geography, you're not Muslim, so you won't look into Quran, you won't look anywhere. Where will you look? Let me ask you, where do you find the history of Palestinians? In what book? Where can you find the history of Palestinians? Go and find me one book that talks about the history of Palestinians. Go ahead, give me the history of Palestinians. One book, one reference, one place. Tell me one place where you can find the history of Palestinians. One. Just one. I'm not even asking you for two. Yeah, we'll come back. Okay, here's the main. So what I was saying, if you're a Christian, and this I saw, and I wrote some people thought I was off, okay? It's not Titanic, it's tectonic. And it doesn't matter because they share the tectonic plates that it's the same. Europe shares a tectonic plate also with certain parts of the Middle East. That doesn't make Europe the Middle East. For those that are Christians, here's something that I found before the Charlie Hebdo attacks. And that I shared with some rabbis and I wrote some letters and some people thought I was off. But when the attacks happened, no one said anything. Everyone looked funny. Yeah. So here it is. Matthew 24, verse 20. It says here, oh man, let me see if I can clean my... Matthew 24, verse 20. But pray ye that your flight be not in winter, neither on the Sabbath day. You remember that attack that happened in France at the kosher supermarket, Hyper Cacher? It happened on the 9th of January, 2015. Now, what was that day, the 9th of January? What period is January? It says here, pray ye that your flight be not in winter. January is winter. When did that attack happen? The 9th of January. What was the 9th? The 9th was a Friday. You're done. Oh my, it's not his fault. So here it said, neither on the Sabbath day. The 9th of January, when that attack happened at the kosher supermarket, Hyper Cacher, where 4 Jews were killed, okay? I tell you, find me Palestinian history somewhere. Please find Palestinian history somewhere. When you get the Palestinian history, please feel free to send it to me. Come back and comment anytime and send me where you find Palestinian history. Even Yasser Arafat and Mahmoud Abbas and all of them, they mention the Bible. They say we are the real Palestinians mentioned in the Bible. He has no other source than the Bible. And then he's lying too. So that attack happened on the 9th of January. 9th of January was what? Was a Friday. So that means it was Sabbath. He's confusing everything, okay? So there are lots of things there that show when the end of the times will be, okay? There are lots of reasons. Now, one person asked me one time, he must be an atheist. One person asked me one time, if Christians now want to gather Jews to massacre them or to kill Jews, and that's why we want to gather them, or that's why we're supporting them and so on. Well, not so. Let me find you actually the part that says, here, Romans chapter 10, okay? Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel is that they might be saved. So there's nothing in the Bible that can go against Jews or Israel. None. Okay? There's nothing in the Christian Bible that will go against Jews or Israel. None. So people can say what they want, when they want, how they want. Even here it says, I say then, hath God cast away his people? God forbid. For I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. God hath not cast away his people, which he foreknew. Okay? So God has not and will not cast away Israel. The church has not replaced Israel. The church is the church, and Israel is Israel. So there's no casting away of Israel. The Lord has never forbidden Israel, has never cast away. Yes, the Lord judges Israel just like he judges anyone. Okay? But he doesn't hate Israel, and he will never cast away Israel. Okay? Never. Never. Those that told me about, hey, but you don't know, it's written in Revelation. Okay, let me show you what is written in Revelation actually. What is written in Revelation has nothing to do with killing of Jews, okay? People say that, but people don't know what they're talking about. Let me show you where it's written exactly. This is chapter 7 of Revelation, okay? There's nothing anti-Semitic about it. It's rather the contrary. It says here, okay, for those that say Christians want to kill Jews and so on, and that's why they're gathering them, not so. Let me see if I can get that Zoom working. Yep. Being Christian means being a Zionist because you support Israel. You support Israel or the people of the Lord. You can't be against them. If you read Romans chapter 9, 10, and 11, you'll probably become more of a Zionist than I am. It says here, after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels. Basically, you're using on book as totally authority over anything written. Be powerful, greedy people. Okay, how are they powerful, greedy people? The land of Israel is 27,000 square kilometers. How are they greedy? And how much land have they taken? How much land has Israel taken? Huh? Tell me. How are they greedy? Yeah, it makes sense, but it's the truth. So then it says here, exactly. I don't understand. So it says here, and he cried with a loud voice to the four angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, yes, I'm reading from the New Testament. It says here, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. So that means these have a special protection. The whole earth will be beaten, people will be killed, but these special ones have a special job, and they'll be protected. Of the tribe of Judah was sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Reuben was sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Gad was sealed 12,000. So that means they'll be protected. They'll be sealed. The earth will be hurt afterwards. Mais oui, donc je ne comprends pas. You're not saying they don't belong there, but you were saying they don't belong there a while ago. You were saying that a while ago. Okay, so I'm going to take a break and rest my eyes a little, and then I'll come back with the French version. I'll take a little break, then I'll come back with the French version. All right, so see you all in a while. Oui, c'est sûrement un schisme, oui, mais voilà, donc le chrétien doit être totalement en défense d'Israël. But I don't understand. You're atheist. You're not Christian. You're not Muslim. You're not this and that. And you ask me, when was the Bible written? You can go and do a little research for yourself, because you have your own ideas of who the land belongs to. You have your whole idea of everything. So go and have an idea and research for yourself. Eh ben oui. Je ne dis pas le contraire, Samia. Je ne dis pas le contraire. Je ne dis pas le contraire. Who are they kicking out? Tell me, who are they kicking out? Tell me. I'd like to know, who are they kicking out? Tell me. I'm very interested in knowing who they're kicking out. Tell me who they're kicking out. I'd really like to know who they're kicking out. Mais c'est bien, Samir. T'es pas un ignorant comme certains qui ont de la haine et qui ne savent pas où commencent les choses, où est la tête et où est la queue. Tell me who they're kicking out. They've been there for 70 years. Have they kicked out Palestinians? Oui, mais les gens peuvent être athées, peuvent être musulmans, peuvent être chrétiens, peuvent être juifs, peuvent être tout ça et se respecter. Hein? Chacun son idéologie. À la fin, c'est l'Éternel qui jugera. C'est l'Éternel qui saura de toute façon. Everyone is backing out of supporting Palestinians. Everyone. So, okay, I'm gonna take a break and come back with the French in a while. I'll come back with the French. Je vais revenir avec le français. Sometimes all of these feelings, like a dream. I was once ignorant of all this. All of this feels like a dream. Well, we read, we see, we learn. Let me show you something in English. Well, I showed you a while ago, probably. Exactly. We should have no hate. Israel is only doing what it takes over in the Middle East. What do you mean? I don't understand. I don't understand. Well, I'm going to take a break because if you can see my eyes. Israel. Okay. Not Israel, Iran. Iran is doing a lot of bad. Ouais, je donne des cours d'anglais. Je donne quasiment tout ce que je fais, autre que le travail pour prendre soin de moi et ma famille. Quasiment tout ce que je fais, c'est gratuit. Donc, je donne des cours d'anglais gratuitement. Je fais un tas de choses gratuitement. Mais aussi, il me faut le temps. Des fois, je suis un peu fatigué tellement je fais des choses différentes à la fois. Mais voilà, je suis ravi de donner des cours. Yeah, I need to rest my eyes because all this reading and light and so on, it's killing me. It's killing my eyes. Bon, mais un prochaine. See you next time then. Okay? Là, je vais faire le cours en français tout à l'heure. I'll be doing the course in French in a while. Yes, I do. I do need a vacation. I do need a vacation. I just came out from a vacation in November, just before I took a vacation just before I was in Israel just before Trump made the decision. So, but my vacation was, I rested some, yeah, and I went on 1 or 2 outings, but my vacation wasn't a full vacation per se. What I did on my vacation was more helping, discussing, and sharing opinions and so on, and different things. Okay? Yeah, just before I left Jerusalem on the 16th of November. I was in Jerusalem. I was in Israel from the 6th of October to the 16th of November. So I left Jerusalem on the 16th of November, and Trump made his decision when, if you remember. There's a reason why I'm laughing, but ah oui, un dessin encore, écoute. Et si tu veux apprendre, il n'y a pas de problème, je donne des cours. How was I attracted by Israel? 1, the Bible. 2, I said, well, there has to be something. If everyone is attacking Israel, there must be something going on. There must be something. Let me find out what the source, what the problem is. And the deeper I dig, the more I find out that it's just hatred towards the Jews and toward Israel. That's all it is. And I live near Paris, France. So I see what is going on here, all the hatred against Jews. Even they attack Jews here and they say, yes, because of Israel. But Jews here, they're French. They're not, they don't have Israeli nationality. So it's just a hatred of Jews in general. Exactly. How bad is France? You really want to know? Come. Let me. If I should make you visit the Parisian area, you'll see how bad it is. You'll see. They attacked since the beginning of the year. There have been, I don't know, maybe 30 attacks on Jews. You had a girl. The only thing that saved her was that she had glasses. The guy cut with a, how do you call that? Box cutter. Tried to slash her face, but he ended up hitting her glasses many times, so he didn't cut her all over. He cut her hair, but didn't cut her through here. Yep. And then there was an attack on a young Jewish boy by 2 15-year-old African boys that were Muslim. They beat him. Afraid, not just afraid, but a lot of French people hate Jews also. I was speaking to a French Catholic a couple of days ago on a chat in Skype, and this guy was saying, "Oh, Israel is bad, the Jews are bad," and all kind of stuff like that. So you have hatred from the French, hatred from so be it religious or non-religious. You have the atheists that hate Jews. You have, and I'm not saying all, but majority. You have the communists that hate Jews. You have the anti-capitalists that hate Jews. You have the how you call them also that hate Jews. A lot of the Catholics hate Jews. You have a lot of different spectrums of people of white origin that hate Jews. No, I'm not saying generally, but I'm saying a majority. Okay? Then of course you have people that call themselves Christians that hate Jews because to them, the church has replaced Israel, which is not true. It's not true. Nowhere in the Bible you can find that. Then you have people that say they're Christian that say that Israel is bad to Palestine and they're wicked and they should be killed and they killed Jesus. which they're stupid utterly. Why? Because one, if the Palestinians are Philistines, then who was the Lord for? Okay, the Lord was for Israel, not for the Philistines. From one, and Jesus. When I hear people talking about yes, Jews are bad because they killed Jesus, I say these people are stupid. They're not even Christians. They're just dumb. Why? Because to the Christian, Jesus was supposed to die. He was supposed to be a lamb. He was supposed to be a sacrifice. So him dying was a good thing. Because for the Christian, Jesus dying means that's how you got your salvation. He was korban, a sacrifice. So how can Jews killing Jesus be a bad thing? It's not a bad thing. You see what I'm saying? You can't be a Christian and say Jews killing Jesus is a bad thing. You have to be stupid. So there are lots of reasons, lots of means, lots of ways to explain things, but lots of means and ways to hate Israel for no reason at all. Okay? Then you have, and I'm not saying all, I know some Muslims that work for Jews. They don't hate all the Jews. Al-Quds is not in the Quran. Exactly. But either way, what I'm saying also is, and so what if Jews killed Jesus? That was a thing among Jews for Jews. A Jew kill a Jew, whose business is that? If an African kill an African, whose business is that? If an Asian kill an Asian, whose business is that? If an Arab kills an Arab, whose business is that? If a French kills a French, whose business? That only concerns the people themselves. That don't concern anyone else. So I don't see their problem. They're just mad. It's just, like I said, it's blindness and madness. That's what was written. Exactly. The first generation Christians were only Jews. There were very few non-Jews among. So like I was reading a while ago in Zechariah 12, it's just, was it 12? I think it was 12. It's just blindness and madness. They're blind and they're mad. You can't make them see light. And even though they see light, they won't understand it because they're mad. You see? So blindness and madness. That's how these people are. Well, I'm gonna take a break and I guess I'll see you all a little later for those that speak French that wanted it in French. Okay, bye for now.